Movies and TV shows are an incredibly hard industry to break into. And even if you do manage to do it, there's so many regulations on what you can and can't do that many creators' visions are ruined or even destroyed. So it's pretty cool that we have a place like YouTube that used to allow you to do almost anything you want. Like, you can make a playthrough on a game, you can vlog your everyday life, you can make a music video, or you can even make a fan film where Batman gets tased in the balls. You could do anything. So tell me why so many YouTubers who are free to do anything they want then go to that very industry that YouTube was made to fight against. YouTubers in movies aren't a particularly rare or even new thing. Most of the time they're usually just in the background or have a short speaking role in an animated movie, so that all the 9-year-olds can sit in the cinema, soy face, and then go back to watching Optimus Prime commit war crimes. But sometimes YouTubers get their very own scenes in movies, where instead of just being something you notice in the background and have a chuckle to yourself at, they now bring the movie to a screeching halt to say, look who The Rock just followed on Twitter.
Dwayne, you're so funny, man. Hey, nice haircut, by the way.
Alright, dude, yeah, whatever. What the fuck?
But when humanity angers God enough, he descends from the heavens and delivers us a new YouTuber movie. Because why watch a movie that was made with love and care when you can watch Fred get power drived into a table?
What are your talents, Fred?
I'm a good singer.
No!
So that's exactly what I'm doing today. I am watching 2 YouTube movies and 4 YouTube TV shows. But because I could not bear to watch this shit on my own, I had to get some moral support in the form of my mate Finn.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Hi, I'm Finn. I'm not a YouTuber and I don't make movies, so I think I'm more than qualified to tear into these movies. You know, I've been friends with Warren a while now. I feel like that may change soon.
So the first movie we watched was Logan Paul's Airplane Mode. And before anyone points this out, yes, this movie was filmed in 2016, but due to, reasons, it was delayed till 2019. Guys, you didn't have to release it. Seriously, you could have nuked it off the fucking planet, no one would have cared. So a quick plot summary of the movie is Logan Paul wants to go to #con in Australia because he wants to meet his online girlfriend for the first time and hopefully have sex. Logan, your viewership's like 9.
Who's messaging him? Oh my god, is that... What the fuck?
And they have to take a plane there, so from here onwards, the movie's just Airplane. Like, to the point they start stealing jokes from the film.
Cream? No, thank you. I take it black. Like my man.
How would you like it?
Like I like my women. Black and cream.
Look, I don't mind reusing a piece of dialogue in a film to play homage to something, alright? It can be used quite well. But when your only semi-funny joke is the one that you stole, that's not great.
Honestly, this is peak cinema in this morning. Fuck Oppenheimer, bro. This is the best movie ever.
There's very little effort put into the film. Okay, I think saying that there was effort at all was a bit of a stretch, but like there's so many times when actors will just break character.
Go get on your phone and go find a to suck.
Or whenever a scene's going stale, they're just throwing a random object and be like, look guys, it's a chicken. And the worst part is that Logan is not the only YouTuber. There are so many other YouTubers in this film like Lily Pons or David Dobrik that just don't care about the movie, so it just emphasizes Logan's overacting. The YouTubers will either underact or overact. There's no middle ground. They're all just shit. The only times I ever found myself laughing and not wishing I could just blow my brains out was when the YouTubers weren't on screen. Like, a scene with them is semi-bearable, but a scene with them, and even for a second, I'm like, okay, here I go. Anyway, so the next movie we watched was Smosh the Movie. And holy shit, this film's boring. Growing up, I absolutely adored Smosh. They were like one of my favourite YouTube channels of all time. But holy shit, this movie is dull. You see, it's made like an old Smosh video, which you think, that's quite a good idea actually. But you have to keep in mind, the average Smosh video is like 5 minutes. So timesing that length by like 20, you're just going to make a very boring and dull film. So the plot of the film is that an embarrassing video of Anthony is on YouTube and he wants to get it taken down before his high school crush can see it, so he and Ian go into YouTube to delete it from the inside. So it's like The Matrix, but with bowl cuts. Okay, yeah, the plot ain't great, but it's better than watching Logan Paul jerk off.
Then fucking run me on your fucking car!
And again, there's not really much effort being put into the film, but I think that's because you can kind of tell Ian and Anthony were just forced into making this.
Alright, who's ready to get tortured?
You can kind of tell that they like the idea of making a movie, but they don't like the idea of what this movie was. Like, I'm pretty sure this is why they made that YouTube Red film called, like, Ghostmates or some shit, which I didn't watch for this video, but from what I remember from childhood, it was pretty good. It was like an actual film. It wasn't a perfect film by any means, but I remember it being a lot more funnier and paced a lot better than this. I guess the movie's occasionally funny, but for the most part, me and Finley were just really bored.
Hi,
I've got the bitches.
nice to meet you. My name's Brad.
What the fuck?
She's got a cock.
I think the movie, if anything, should have just been like a 30-minute special. It did not need to be this long. I know I keep hammering on about it, but God, this movie was so boring and so fucking dull. It's kind of disappointing to look back on it, because I was a huge fan of it when I was a kid, but it's just kind of shit now. But anyway, where the movies failed us, hopefully the TV shows won't. But first, I think I need to explain how any of these shows even got made. Because like making a movie, that can take about a year or maybe 2 to make, but with a TV show, they can often take 3 to 4 years to make. And having to spend longer than 20 minutes with a YouTuber should be considered as some kind of torture. Well, in 2015, YouTube decided to become a streaming service, even though everyone watches YouTube because it's free. And to fight against Netflix's high-budget TV shows like Stranger Things and Better Call Saul, they made movies like Logan Paul's The Thinning, when Logan Paul's hairline was thinning. So the first one we watched was MatPat's Game Lab, which is actually one I was a fan of as a kid. So the premise of the show is MatPat creates a game in real life, and he puts it to the test to see how games would work in real life. They've covered games like Rocket League and Metal Gear Solid, but of course, we had to look at the FNAF episode.
No. Why are you standing up and twerking? What the fuck?
He's throwing it back, man. I mean, he's open, he's like welcoming them, he's like, come on, man. Just...
Getting anally penetrated by fucking Freddy Fazbear.
So you were hoping to scare the animatronics away using
I was actually hoping to turn them on. That was my
That man fucked the animatronic after this MatPat, okay? He did, don't lie to me. And to be honest, I think it's a pretty good idea for a kids TV show. It feels like something you'd see after school. It's also like very on brand for MatPat, because like he's theorizing to see if the games would work in real life, which, you know, it's his whole thing. And there's surprisingly a lot of effort put into this. Like the set design and the editing, there's a lot of effort put into this. You can really tell MatPat kind of cared about making an entertaining show for kids. And I gotta say, it was a lovely revisit. But the only problem with it is that it was far too similar to Scare PewDiePie, to the point they both have FNAF episodes. Just like Game Lab, Scare PewDiePie features YouTubers playing through video games in real life, and being really fucking awkward. Like there's this part in the show where a doctor's supposed to be eaten alive in front of PewDiePie, but he just doesn't give a shit. Game Lab felt like an actual reality game show. It felt like everything, you know, it was unscripted, it was all real. But there's a lot of scripted moments intertwined with the games, I guess to try and make the show more interesting. But again, it just makes everything feel really awkward. Like you'll just have these actors taking everything way too seriously, and then Felix is like, ooh, spooky. Or like when this fan keeps breaking onto the set and trying to fuck PewDiePie.
I'm your biggest fan. I know you have a girlfriend, and I know that, I get that. But I think I can make you happy too, or we could have a threesome.
Have all these people forgot who actually watched them? But for as much shit as I said about the show, I think there's quite a bit of effort put into it, and there's actually some good ideas in here. Like there's this challenge where Felix has to go through a dark hallway where some scary shit location jump at him, but he can't scream over a certain level of decibels or he'll lose.
If you scream above 80 decibels, you
But not all YouTuber TV shows were only ever shown on YouTube Red. Some of them were able to break out and were shown on streaming services and network television. I guess they didn't want to join all this other shit.
Damn, girl. You have a great ass.
A lot of it is just them airing their videos on TV, like Scott the Woz on G4 when Disney XD just started airing compilation of popular YouTubers like Dante the Markiplier. But some of them have been able to break out of the YouTuber persona and actually make like a proper TV show. Like the Odd Ones Out's Oddballs, which to my surprise is not a documentary about testicular cancer.
So, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go give Toasty his bath.
That's not a smart idea, that.
I just found out today you made like a bunch of fucking underwear and put oddballs on it. Like, what the fuck are you up to? Now, I think off the bat, I should point out this show was clearly made for kids. So obviously, me and Finn didn't like it too much, but I could totally understand why a kid would like this. It feels very much like a show from the 90s or 2000s with the humour, and it's clear SpongeBob inspiration. I just think this show's kind of weird because the Odd Ones Out's like main audience is like teenagers and young adults, so a kid show's kind of like a weird choice for expanding the brand. Like, of course he's got some kid fans, but it seems very weird to make a kid show like this, especially now, since his audience have watched him since they were kids and they've grown up now. They're not kids anymore. Like, they probably won't like this type of show. But I'm pretty sure this show was like his dream, and I can't hate him for that. So I'm glad he got to make this.
Look at that ass.
But unfortunately, it was on Netflix, so...
So, back to it.
And the last show we have for today is Smiling Friends from Psychic Pebbles and Cusack's Creatures.
This is gonna be great, Charlie. I love helping kids. I love kids, Charlie. I love kids.
Now, you've probably heard a lot about Smiling Friends and how great it is, and probably sick of it by now. Well, I'm sorry, but it's about to happen again. Smiling Friends is like the only one me and Finley truly enjoyed watching. I can't even put into words what I like about it, but I'm guessing it just kind of appeals to that stupid side of my brain and a lot of other people's brains that just makes this show so good. Okay, maybe that doesn't sound very nice, but it's incredibly well made and has just that sense of humour that I think made people fall in love with the YouTubers involved in the first place. It's clear they just wanted to make a show that just makes people laugh, and I think that's all it needed to be. In recent years, I'd say adult animation's kind of fallen off since they're all just trying to be like Family Guy rip-offs, but this show feels very unique and fresh. But unfortunately, to watch the actual show, I had to pay for it. So I just thought I'd show some clips to Finley to just introduce him to the show.
Should be a good slap.
But yeah, I really enjoy Smiling Friends, and I'm just hoping it doesn't come to the same demise that Oddballs did. Now, there's obviously a lot more movies and TV shows out there, like The Annoying Orange Show, but I've tortured Finley enough, so I've decided not to watch that shit. Nowadays, there's not many YouTuber movies. It seems studios are making movies with like TikTokers and shit, since that's what the kids are into now, but I think watching any of them would class as some sort of self-harm. But instead of YouTubers being approached to make a movie by a studio, it seems a lot of them are making their own movies, like Markiplier making Iron Lung and the Don't Hook Me I'm Scared TV show. Even their cameos in random movies has become a rarity now, but it feels like when they do cameo in a film, it makes a lot more sense. Like Matt Pat or Corey Kenshin in the FNAF movie, because they're some of the creators that made the franchise big in the first place. And with that, I think I've said everything I need to say about YouTuber movies and TV shows. Thank you, Finn, for tackling these movies with me, and I am eternally sorry for the harm I've caused both you and your dynasty.
You can't keep getting away with it!